So what do you do first when you have a client that comes to you for a mobile app? Yeah. First you have to be clear about what you're about to do. So I'll open a Google Doc right now. So we're going to create something we call a user story. So we'll be very fast about it, so it don't take so long. Google Docs. I don't want to assume everyone knows what Google Doc is, but in summary, Google Doc is like a simplified version of. So if you know how to use Microsoft Word, you basically know how to use Google Doc, the simplified version of it. So let's call this. Okay, I did not think about it. What are we calling the name of the app? What should we call? What should we name the app? Does anyone have any suggestion? Anyone? Reno. Okay, I'm curious to know the inspiration. Let's call it Reno. Reno clothing, whatever it is. So Reno clothing user story. So sorry. Yeah, so Reno story user story. So the simplest definition I can give for user story is basically is basically documenting the experiences you want your users to have on your website, mobile app, whatever it is. You get. So for example, a WhatsApp, for example, now a user story for WhatsApp would be something like I want my users to add. Okay, I want my users to find maybe their contact people with phone number. Yeah, I'll be able to chat, connect each other. Okay, sorry, I want to connect my users with phone number. So as much as both of them have each other's phone number, they can connect, or they can message, they can connect. Yeah, and that's just stories. I want users to send and receive messages instantly. You get. Yeah. So there's no delay, there's no buffer. You don't send message and wait for 20 seconds before it delivers, except you are using a terrible network. Yeah. So that's the user story. Instant messaging. I want my users to be able to share their updates, to share their daily life experience. Yeah. So by using status or by making public announcements instead of chatting everyone up, want them to have a status where they can upload important information. Yeah. Or they can send bulk messages. Yeah, that's another user story for WhatsApp. Yeah, so when you combine all those stories together, yeah, or all those events together, yeah. Basically, what's a story? A story is basically a series of events. That's the basic definition of a story. Story. Once upon a time, you're basically sharing events that happened, a collection of events that happened that becomes a story. Yeah, so the same thing for your mobile app, your design. Yeah, basically a collection of events. Yeah, basically or activities that you want them to use on the app. Yeah, that one that makes up the story. Yeah, so very briefly, let's think of something. User story. Let's call this clothing. Um, so I'm starting from the beginning, so I don't skip anything. So let me make this bigger. Make it like 36. Oh, that's too much. Make it like 24. Clothing. Story. Yeah. Um. Let's do something. Let's add a brief definition of what we want to do. So we can say Reno stores. Sorry, Reno clothing is a mobile application. Reno is a mobile application that is designed to make not make that is designed. This is at the top of my head. Sorry about the. Reno clothing is a mobile application that is designed, or sorry, that is to make jerseys. No, to make authentic. Spell jerseys again. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I got it. That is to make authentic jerseys available for users or MBs make authentic accessible or easily purchased. Basically, this at this point is just English translation. Authentic, make authentic jerseys easily available for users to order online, to order via um, a mobile application from the comfort of their homes. Just it's via mobile application. There are better way to construct this, but don't mind me at this point. So let's call it, or let's just call it Venno app. Instead of Venno clothing, let's call it Venno app. This Venno app. I think that makes that's more cooler. Venno. Oh, you'll still tell me the inspiration behind Venno. Yeah. So Venno app user story. Let's make it look cooler a little. That's that paragraph. Okay, interesting. Isn't it? Let's call this overview. Yeah. So that's like a basic definition of what we want to do. Yeah. So your user story is basically now defining how we achieve this, like your mission and vision. Yeah. So how do we achieve this mission? This is your mission. This is your targets. Yeah. So this is what we want to achieve. Your user story is basically going to tell you. They're basically going to indicate in your user story how you want to achieve this. Yeah. And like this font, making it look. What's the name? Nice fonts. Right. Close this. Can I make this bigger? Hope I can see it clearly. Yeah, I hope. Okay. Rhino is just renewing wardrobe, maybe. Okay. Okay. Names. My naming things here. So Rhino clothing is a mobile application that is to make clothing. Okay. Rhino clothing. Rhino app, or maybe just Rhino. Instead of making. Okay, I'll leave this one. Rhino is a mobile application that is to make authentic jerseys easily available for users to order. Make authentic. Okay, can take out this guy since mobile application. Rhino is a mobile application that is to make authentic jerseys easily available for users to order. Yeah, there are like 100 different ways you can do this, but let's just stick with this. I've not tried this before. I've actually not tried Google AI before. Let's see if this will work. Yeah, so Rhino is a mobile application designed for the process of. Okay, yes, thank you. You're just inside that like that. No. All right. So that's nice for AI. So now let's go to the user story. So let's just call it user story. Um, so you are going to contribute with this. This is a very, very rough sketch of what we should actually do, but it just gives you an idea of how the original works. So let's go. So user story could be one. Users can um, users can filter. No, let's not use filter. Users can find authentic jerseys of the of their favorite of of the team of their choice. Yeah, that's one. Another user story could be what's another one? Mm, users can what can they do? They can filter. They can filter. Maybe not filter. Okay, well, user can find or search Users can filter based on users can filter results based on what? Based on sports. What can they filter again? You guys help me out. Don't abandon me. They can filter results based on sports, based on maybe tournaments. So is it Champions League? Is it what do you call this, Super Bowl? Whatever it is. What's the again? Based on size eating or jersey. Well, you don't know about sports. That's fine. Um, right. Sport tournaments. Let's say just sports tournaments, and they can also filter by probably size. Maybe company. So you probably not just want, maybe you want to buy jerseys of Adidas or from Nike, whatever it is. Yeah. Uh-huh. Or maybe okay. Yeah. Since we're focused on jersey, I want the app to be as simple as possible. Because I was thinking of basically making it a sport accessory app, but I'm just I want something that I'm sure. Hold on. I want something that I'm sure we can finish in 3 weeks. Yeah. So I also I'll just make it so you can filter by basically by the materials. Okay, what is this happening? Stuff like that. Yeah, interesting. Right, so let's go. Maybe company. Yeah. Um, manufacturing. Manufacturing. That sounds weird. Let's just say fashion by brand. So is it Adidas? Is it Adidas? Is it Nike? Whatever it is. Uh, Thinking something also. Can also filter by year. No, like for example, Manchester United jersey. It has AIG. It has Snapdragon. It has um, Team Viewer, Chevrolet. So I think I'm guessing that should be 10. Yeah. So I'm thinking by what do you call those guys again? Why am I mixing what's the maybe by year. Yeah. So I think we have this now. So what else do you want users to do? They can um read details. Let's go at this. Users can read um descriptions and details of what their jerseys. Can read description and details. Understand key details of their jerseys. The jerseys. This one, let me just copy jerseys. What's there again? So basically, that will just come up with ideas. Yeah, they can easily check out. Users can easily check out with with a with user can easily check out um with a variety of options. With a variety of options. Yeah, so this is just a rough sketch of what we can do. Yeah, there's so many things we can also add. What can we add again? Users, okay, I should have added users can log in. Should have been at the top, but forgive me, I'll put it down here. Do they need to log in? Hmm. So yeah, so this is where knowing technicalities, yeah, basically how mobile apps work. And although okay, since it's a mobile app, yeah, they can log in. Yeah, if it's a web app, you can easily use their IPs to create like a I don't know what kind of kind of IP. IP is more or less like an address of your app. Yeah. What about club? How can I not? Sure, yeah. Actually, well, filter by club. Since a club has just one jersey, like saying, okay, yeah, sure, by club, it works. Real Madrid has, but that's going to be a lot because if you filter by club, there are probably hundreds of club, so you could just search for the club instead of filtering by club. I don't know if that makes so much sense. Because if you have like 500 clubs, yeah, you want to filter by club. That means you want them to scroll through a list of clubs. Yeah, but if you filter by tournaments, so something like Premier League. Premier League is a tournament that has a number of clubs under them. So under Premier League, you have Manchester, you have Chelsea, you have Nottingham, as many as their Man City. Under La Liga, you have your Real Madrid, Barcelona, and the likes. Yeah. So if you can easily filter by tournaments than saying by club. That makes sense, right? Yeah. So this could have been number one, but just forgive me, I'll put it here. Users can create an account on the app. Yeah, so you keep doing all this. Let me just sorry, my blood now let me leave it. Can create an account on the app with their nice emails. Their email. Yeah, so you do this, you think about all the possibilities that I don't want to waste time. You think about all the possibilities that your mobile app can have or can do. Yeah, and you just write them as it comes. Yeah. So most times you do this with your stakeholder, with your clients. This is very important actually. It helps you eradicate um repetitions. So I'll describe a scenario could be use filter by club will work instead of tournament since it's just a team for name for a team. I'm not sure I get that. We use the filter by club. I'm not sure I get what you mean by that. Instead of tournament.
Sorry, what I was trying
Okay.
to say was that we can use filter by club, and in the sense that we have a particular name for a particular thing. So if we are saying, okay, if we are featuring by club, then probably we are searching for that what's it called, for the name of the club. So I think it should work instead of tournament. I'm
Mm,
just thinking.
okay. Yeah, I get your point. Yeah. So why you mentioned that filtering by club might be cumbersome? It's more or less like a jersey is usually tied to a club, meaning I'm wearing a Manchester United jersey. It's for Manchester United. So if I'm looking for a jersey, I'm basically searching for a club, not the jersey itself. I don't know if that makes sense. Like if I if you want to buy a Manchester United jersey, saying filter by Manchester United means it's it's the it's the name of the jersey. I don't know how I'm going to describe it. But we say tournaments now. I could say, okay, I want to find all the available jerseys. Okay, all the available Premier League jerseys on this app. Meaning they could be okay, you get what I mean. Yeah, yeah. So they could be hundreds of okay, there are hundreds of clubs in Premier League, yeah. But the app might just have 20 of those clubs or 30 of those clubs. Does not have all of them. All right, so I think we get the point. Yeah. So let's go. We're behind schedule. So yeah, so we have this. Yeah. As I was explaining, you do this with your stakeholder. You more or less you once look at this process like this. You get a call. Hi, Ayomide. I want to build a mobile app for an e-commerce mobile for jerseys. Are you okay? What do I need? So instead of saying my money is 5 million and I'll get it done to you in 2 weeks, in 1 week, in 3 days. Yeah, and we'll be all over. Yeah. Basically, I'm not talking about the project. In that case, you are skipping all this process. So in this case, a call could be like that. You just tell them, "Hi, I have this product. What do I need, or what do we need to do?" Then you tell them, "Okay, can I have a call with you? Can we discuss about the project itself?" So you guys pick a time you meet, and then you start breaking down the product together. What do you want the product to do? what are the key features you want the product to do? Um, do you want to make okay, let's add a very funny hopefully we might be able to, should be able to design it. Something unique that this can do is I users can subscribe to a club's jersey. It just came to my head. So this is like I'm thinking of something in a way where probably every year, yeah, jerseys change for especially for not Manchester United. What sorry I'm using Manchester United so much. Man U's jersey last year is different from Man U jerseys this year. So a subscription could be when there's a new jersey for a club and it's available, notify the user. So you notify the user and tell the user that there's a new jersey. This club has signed a new deal with the club. They have a new um, sponsor on their jersey. Mhm. So do you want to order for this? The user says yes, and it's easy for like that. Yeah. So these are things you discuss with your stakeholders. Yes, I think we can do something like that. Yeah. Maybe we can even make it simple. We can make 7 users um, can see all variety variety varieties of jerseys per club. All varieties of available jerseys per club. Yeah. So if you search for Manchester United and click on Manchester United, you can see all the recent jerseys. And you can also see the past. So AON jersey, Manchester United when it was AIG. You can see them. Sorry, ladies, if you don't understand what I'm saying, they could have used something more generic. But all right, but I'm sure you guys understand. Yeah. So I don't want to don't worry, let me not explain too much. Yeah. So we have let's do this as this is a very, 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 very miniature user story. Yeah. So it can be better. And now before you guys, let's see what AI will do. Let's try it. What am I saying? This can be better. I want you guys to research how to create a user story. Yeah, but in this case, I'm just doing something as simple as possible so we can move on fast. Okay, let's see what AI told us. Account creation, user can create an account in their email address. Okay, jersey discovery. Users can search for authentic jerseys of their preferred team. Nice, yeah. Can filter user based on sport and size, brand and jersey. Yeah, okay. Users can all available jerseys varieties for each club. Nice. Detailed description and key information for each jersey are accessible. Okay. So to subscribe to a club jersey. I mean, this works, right? Yeah. You can just replace. Yeah. So you have something like this, basically. Yeah. Thanks to AI, life can be very easy. Yeah. Um. So what next thing we do? So now you have an idea of what the product should be. Like, yeah. Mm. Although this process, yeah, I prefer it on paper, pen and paper. Meaning you then pick up your pen and start writing, or maybe not writing, and start sketching a flow of how you want the app to go. Yeah. So for example, now you have a paper, you have pen, you could pick home screen. Although we can I'm just trying to be as fast as possible. But most times you could just pick up your pen after after drafting a user story with your stakeholder. Yeah, you pick up your pen, you start jotting out things that okay, what does this app need? It needs a login screen. Yeah. What will happen on login? You ask for their email and password. You give them an option if they're forgetting their password, you give them an option to recover password. All this can fall into the user story. Yeah, but because of time, we are not being that detailed here. So you say email recover password. How do they recover their password? We send an OTP to the email they registered with and they input it, and then we tell them to change their password. Yeah. What else can they do? If they don't have an account, we can tell them to create an account. Yeah, when they create an account, what do we ask them in their sign up process? We ask them for their name, their email, probably their favorite club. Why not? Yeah, doing sign up. Yeah, you can ask them for their favorite club. Yeah, just make it more personal and interactive. Mm-hmm. Yeah, more to make it more personal and interactive. You can ask them for their favorite club. What else can you ask for? Yeah, basically as many things as possible that you feel the users need. Yeah, or that'll be relevant for the club, for the app. Sorry. Yeah. So after sign up, they create an account. What do you show them? How should the home screen look like? Yeah. So basically, you could sketch out that flow. Once after you have done the user stories, you and your stakeholder have agreed on the user story. Yeah. You could do. Let me just do something very. What is this here? No, I don't think they'll allow me here. Let's do. Right. So I want to show us an example of how we could do something. As usual, I'm not going full detail, but let's see. Right. So sorry about that. So yeah. So I want us to create like a user journey map, or let's just say user journey of how you want the users to interact with your app. Yeah. So let's do something like this. Or let's call this what are we calling this? Reno. Let's see Reno user journey. Yeah. Also by the side, know that there's really no one single way to do all this. Yeah, there are multiple ways. Or should we? You can use your AI, but let's not. Let's just keep the AI. Let's just go. Let's use our brains. Yeah. Yeah. So let's create something like this. We could do something like this. Yeah. Let's call this. Um, what the journey map goes to be like. Okay, you open the app. Let's just say splash screen. Yeah. So I like doing this. Yeah, so from splash screen, what do you have? You have a authentication screen, or let's just say get started screen. No, from splash screen, don't let's not do. Let's change the shape. Let's do this. What is the shape? What is the shape? Yeah, what do you call the shape? Diamond. Yeah. So there's this stuff we call decisions in. This is a computer. So in flowcharts. So I've not had to explain this before. It's more or less a so what the best to describe this? So basically what I'm doing is I'm creating a conditional flow of how we want the app to operate here. So after splash screen, so you could have a question that says, does the this FigJam by the way, it's made by Figma. Yeah. Does the user have an account? Let's change this to user opens application. Okay. Yeah. User opens application. Does the user have an account? Yeah. So if yes, let's change this to user logs in. If no, so this is a branch, meaning it's a condition. Let's call this yes. Let's call this no. Yeah. So if the user does not have an account, let's change the shape. I hope I'm not being so complex. I'm really hoping I'm not. Am I being complex? No. All right. Yeah. So users no. User creates an account. What am I typing this? User creates an account. Yeah. What next can we do? Um, we could have. Okay, let's add one more. It's not compulsory, but let's add it just for the fun of it. Yeah. So let's add a condition that says user remembers login details. More like a question. Let's just go English. Does user remember login details? Let's make this bigger. Let's just put it here. By the way, should I put it? Leave it here. Yeah. So does user? If yes, let's put it here. I know why. Let's move this to. Sorry. So all these things are easy to use actually. Don't mind how it's sweet to use actually. Users remember login. Yeah. So if yes, homepage. Open homepage. If no, so these are things that you and your developers will need. Yeah. Because most times, I don't know if you have ever watched those funny videos of listen to me when the designer and the developers are arguing. Most times, things like this are what causes issue because there was no clear description of scope from the beginning. Yeah, so eventually they joined that clash of what's possible versus what was designed. Yeah, so yes, open homepage. If no, um, um, proceed to forgot password. Forgot password. Yeah. So you do this for all the app. Yeah. Um. So from here, you can then start thinking. Okay. Let me just come. Let me just do it. So what's time? 7:50. Let's go. Let's do it. Um. So now decision is now what does the user do? Yeah. What's the next decision? Um. Okay. Open up homepage. What are the things you want them to do? Um. Open up. Yeah. Should we call it homepage? Yeah. Open up homepage. You can stop here. Yeah. So you can now create a flow for you can do another flow and so you could call this let's call this um authentication flow. Yeah. I prefer breaking the flows down. Yeah. Could add I hope I'm not complex. Yeah. Could add a section to it. Just so it's easier to just follow along. Actually I should have just made this certain. Let me not leave this. So I want to group my so you could use there are so many tools you can use for this. I just prefer FigJam. Yeah. You record the authentication flow. So we know that if you are discussing with your developer, yeah, or your stakeholders, whoever it is, when it comes to authentication, you tell them, okay, this is the flow we're working with. So user creates accounts. Okay, let's put um, maybe something like okay, no, just say use no so that's vague. That collects that's one. Just say user inputs sign up details. So you can list it out. You can say name, email, password. Yes, name, email, password. Confirm password. Anyway. Yeah. So anyone who see this will understand what's going on. Name, email, password. Let's make it left and right. So name, email, password, whatever it is, you can have phone number, whatever it is. Yeah. You could say something like, okay, I should have made this neater. So just forgive me for not making it neater. Yeah, let me just make it neater. Put this here. Please, if you get confused at any point, please let me know. You can do this on paper, you can do this on Google Doc, you can do this anywhere. Yeah, I just prefer this because it's faster to me. So after they put in their details, user input OTP, or in this case, do they need OTP? Okay, let's just do it anyways. Since they'll be ordering, they might put their card details and the like. So OTP just gives you a level of security. Yeah, so you can see how I'm making decisions based on facts. So if you notice, if you are creating an account for what, let me check all the apps on my phone. You don't use OTPs for all applications. Yeah. So imagine you're creating a radio app. Most times you don't. We must do all this. Wait, so for all the apps we will be designing, we must do all this authentication flow, right? Yes. Yeah, it just makes you more professional. And this is the truth is you can do all these things in your head. Yeah, you could do all this. I could basically design all this in my head if I wanted to. Yeah. But because you want to be as professional as possible, it's good you do all this. It's not hard actually. You could see how it's just flowing. Yeah. Sometimes you might skip this authentication. Sometimes I'm not recommending, but sometimes you can skip it. Maybe vocally, especially when it's obvious. I mean, we have downloaded so many social media app or whatever it is. Yeah. Some are obviously obvious. Yeah, that okay, this is the flow for this particular kind of product. Yeah, so you might skip it, this flow. But if you're in a professional settings, just do it. It just makes it more reasonable. Yeah. But don't skip it. Sorry, I'm recommending that you skip it. Don't skip it. Yeah. So user inputs OTP. What they do again? Yeah, the more experienced you are, is the more you don't need to do some things. Yeah, but just do it to be nice. Yeah. User inputs OTP. What they do again? User. Okay. Welcome. We how do I describe this now? We create a welcome screen. No, not we create. Just user inputs OTP. Welcome screen comes up. Whatever it is. So you welcome the person. Um, so we'll do like a little onboarding. We ask um, user okay, optional. What's make this optional? So user select favorite club. This is going to be optional. So let's make this okay, let's leave it option. Let's just put it in brackets. Let me not complicate anything. User select favorite club optional. If not, you can just keep. Yeah. Then after you're done, it opens home page. So this is an interesting flow. You could see user opens the application. Does user have an account? You say no. Send the person to sign up. If it's yes, tell the person to log in. Does the person remember the login details? If it's yes, open up the home page. Or no, this one does he remember? Okay, let's just leave it. Okay, I think a better way to say it is user input correct login credentials. Yeah. If yes, open home page. If no, um, open error. No open error. Display error. Okay, you can list it. Display error one. Recommend password retriever. Yeah. So in this case, you're giving the users recommendation, not just telling them the error. What can they do? So you tell them, okay, you can do this. You can just recommend something for them. Retriever. Yeah. So if they want, um, user retrieve passwords. Yes, if yes, then go to forgot. Okay, so I don't want this thing to be rough. So I not planned it from the beginning. So if yes, yeah, let's put this here. Let's put this here. Yeah, user. Let me make it center. User retrieve password. Yeah. If yes, open forgot password interface. Yeah. And if no, take the person back to login. So if the person gets an error and the person says, yes, I want you to use my password, this just tells you to take it back to the forgot password interface. Yeah. And if not, user password. The onboarding screen, right? Actually supposed to be here. Okay, let me thanks for bringing that up. I thought about it as I don't know, escaped my mind. So onboarding screen could come somewhere here. The user opens. So this is the first action. Let me take this guy out. What's this? So you could add a. Let me duplicate it. So user opens up. Okay, there are different onboarding screens. What you mean onboarding? Okay, onboarding. Um, a better word for it. Just call it value proposition onboarding screens. Yeah. So you open an app. Next week you start seeing things like you can do this ABC with this app, you can do XYZ with this app. So that's something you can call it value proposition. Yeah. Yeah, you now continue from there. So you either log in or sign up. Yeah. All right. So this is cool, right? We're all on the same page. Yeah. So we're created an authentication flow. You can do the same thing for the app itself. So let's say, what can we say? Yeah, let's put this way. Let's say, let's start from the beginning again. So from the home screen, that's so from the home screen, yeah. What do you want users to do first? Let me get okay. Let me do that. So, what are the possibilities from the home screen? Users can search. Um, Users can see a list of jerseys. Yeah, yeah. I think okay. You can do something like this. Yeah, you can have um, like I said, this is not a professional user flow. I'm just doing this to explain the concept. Yeah. So users opens okay no options. Users see no so home screen. Yeah, home screen. So, yeah, so we could have something like this. Users see popular. Okay, this will be on the user story. Yeah. Okay, instead of doing this, yeah. Let me add this to the user story then. Um, home screen. Let me do something. So something like this. Yeah. Let me just copy this and this. What I want to do instead of making it a chat, I'll just put it here instead. So let's make this home screen. Yeah, I can see users can um, see jerseys categorized by team, not by sports. Okay, yeah, by sports team. What's there again? Sport team tournaments. Yeah. So what I mean by this is if you open your Glovo, for example, yeah, You can see food based on restaurants. You can see food based on closest to you. You can see food based on popular demands. Okay, let me write down most popular by popularity. So you could see if I'm just talking about Glovo now. You could see yeah, you could see I'm just trying to tell you categories of things. Yeah. So you open up your Glovo, you see food based on your home screen, yeah. See food based on popularity, based on closest to you, based on restaurants. Yeah, we can see popular restaurants in your area. Yeah, so that's how we categorize this. So let me not waste too much time. Yeah. Let's let this work for now. Okay, let me just do something very simple. Users users search or yeah, users search for Jesse. User filters results by. I hope this is not boring. It's actually boring, don't lie. Yeah, I know it's boring. Yeah, but it's just necessary. Yeah, users filter by popularity. Filter results by popularity, sports, team tournaments, maybe price, maybe region too. I mean, region work. Yeah, regions can work, right? Yeah, so meaning English team, Spanish team, Nigerian team, it can work too. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You could do by region too, or by yeah, let's do by region. Meaning we have English team. Oh no, we could do like region. I mean European team. So basically everybody under Europe, Asian, all the Al Nassr, Al Hilal, all of them. They have their own. You can do that by region. All the African team, CAF teams basically. So I think regions too can work.
Sorry. Since it is a league thing, since we have Spanish league and all those things, I think that should have been included around the what's it called? The public, I don't know, the tournament or something. I'm
Mm-hmm.
just thinking of that.
Yeah.
Since it is league kind of thing. So I don't think we including another region will
Category.
be needed.
Okay, I get you. Yeah, I'm just trying to, ideally, this is not like an ideal. Although it's an ideal
Yeah, I
product,
get
yeah. Yeah, I'm just trying to
you.
see how many filter we could work. We'd have to have
You are trying.
this,
Yeah,
no,
you are
okay.
trying to be honest. Well done.
Yeah, the same way you could open a Jumia or a e-commerce platform, yeah. Let's say Jumia, Temu, whatever. Yeah, you could see them filter by gadgets. And yet they'll still filter by brand. So it's such a way that MacBook falls under gadgets. MacBook falls under Apple products. What does the MacBook fall under? Under laptops. Yeah. So one team can fall under as many. So why just did we join this? Maybe this like Champions League is not a it's a um I get your point actually. I'm trying to reason with you. Yeah. So Premier League, yeah, it's an English tournament. It's also a European tournament. Mhm. So if I click Europe, I see everybody in Europe. If I click Asia, I see everybody in Asia. Let's just leave it. It's not really, it's not disturbing anybody. So let's just leave it. So users filter results by. So let's see. User select desired Jesse. Mm-hmm. They select what they want. So what else can they do? User read details of Jesse. So I think we can categorize the details. Um we could have one um the that's the word, the fabric description. Yeah, meaning the size, the material, if that's the thing. No, let's just say the size. The size basically. Yeah. Okay, the size, the color, and description basically. Then we can also have details based on team. Okay, it's a Chelsea jersey in an English team in that's also well there's no bad team. You could tell them that they're playing in the Champions League. It's a Champions League team. What's there again? You could actually have a brief details of what's achievement of Chelsea basically. I mean, it's not going to disturb anybody. Yeah, we just tell them that okay, just tell them this is what you're doing. We could even make it funny enough. This is why you speak with your stakeholders, your clients, because as I'm standing here, so many ideas are coming to mind that are nice to have but not necessary. So I'm thinking about a app where if I click on the jersey, I can see the history of Chelsea. I mean, does it influence anybody getting a jersey? Maybe, maybe not. So is it possible? Is it good to have? Well, okay, but why do we need it? So those kind of questions comes in. Yeah, you ask your clients questions. Then they come because most of your clients can come with big ideas, plenty ideas that are not necessary. So you don't tell them that okay, this is possible. This is good to have, but not necessary. Or you could have some and say, okay, this is an so there's a concept in design or in application called MVP. I don't know how many of us has anything like MVP, minimum viable products. So what that means, it's basically the smallest unit that your app or websites can be to before launch to launch. Mhm. Meaning, if you take away, let's look at WhatsApp for example. Now, let's assume you want to design, you want to build WhatsApp, a new WhatsApp feature. Yeah, you can take away status, and WhatsApp is still useful. You could take away profile picture. It's less fun, but it's still useful. Yeah, if you guys knew WhatsApp, the OG WhatsApp, when WhatsApp just started, interesting times. Yeah, if you take away voice notes from WhatsApp, WhatsApp is still useful. If you take away sharing files, picture, it becomes less useful, but still useful. Yeah, meaning you can launch WhatsApp as just a messaging app and it will go. So along the line, you can decide to add sharing, file sharing. You can decide to add voice note feature. Yeah, but if you realize that at the beginning, the technicalities involved to building these features is more than what you probably have, or if it's maybe you're technically constrained, you can take away features that are not necessary. Mhm. And leave the cogent one. So what's as long as you can chat on WhatsApp, WhatsApp is useful. The only time WhatsApp status was having a glitch where if you click on one person's status, it shows another person's status. Yeah, yeah. So if you click on one person's status, it opens up another person. Nobody dropped off. Nobody stopped using WhatsApp because of that. If status stops working, people are still going to be using WhatsApp. Yeah. But if chatting on WhatsApp stops working, everybody is going to leave WhatsApp. I think the time WhatsApp crashed, everybody went to Twitter, everybody went to Instagram, everywhere, every other place. Yeah. So that's how MVPs are basically. What's the minimum? By the time you take out all the unnecessary or not all the non-important, they are good but not important features from the product you are building. What application is left? That's your MVP. Yeah. I hope that's simple enough to understand. I use WhatsApp because that's what everybody is. Yeah. Thanks, Alabama. So users can read details of Jesse one. Yeah, let's just keep it as let's just make it focus on the Jesse itself, so we don't complicate things. Users can uh, users can directly. Something I forgot to show, but I'll do it later. Users can directly check out item. So I can add one more flow that says I should have done that somewhere. Sorry for this. Let me not complicate. Let me just stop where I stopped there. Users can let me put users directly check out item. Users add item to cart. You can tell them the users can use any of these options. Yeah, they can check out directly, add to cart. Yeah, users, what do users do? Users select preferred, no, not that. Users enter delivery information. Yeah, what else they do? Users select preferred payment method. What else they do? User, not users. Tell me, come on. Yeah, user select preferred payments method. Um, users um users complete checkouts. Let's not complicate things. Users complete checkouts. So we have something like user track order. Yeah. So users can track order, users complete checkout, users track order, blah 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 blah. Users add items to carts. Let's say user opens cart. So the cart has multiple items in it. So you can just come here and say enter delivery information. This is a miniature. This is just a rough sketch of what we're doing. All right, so we could do this and call this. You can call this what? Let's say checkout flow. So you can do all these things on paper. You know, so I really not talk about research and stuff. I think we can always do that one another time. Like, how do you do research? How do you ask questions and stuff like that? Well, I think let's not do that in this scope. So users checkout flow. So this is how from start to finish. Yeah, this is how users track their order. This is how users make purchase. So okay, I think we got one more and see user track order. Um, user. Okay, that should be the end of it. Let's not complicate things. Yeah. So once you settle down, you process what you want your app to do. You come up with charts like this. So your developer can pick this up and say, okay, how do I handle this? What stack do I use? JavaScript, whatever he wants to do. How do I handle this filtering? Elastic filter, whatever it is, yeah, size. So you can how do I handle this filter? Your developer comes here. Okay, how would this work? So things like this, yeah, developers can work with and say, okay, maybe they could come and say, cart feature would be difficult to handle, or they could just make a complaint and just say, okay, adding to cart might not work. So you could alongside with your stakeholder now decide, okay, what can we replace it with, or what can we take out, or what can we change? Yeah. So this is where flowchart comes in, especially when you're in a team of developers. If you're the only one working on design, maybe not. Yeah, like maybe because sometimes your stakeholders don't really care about this. Sometimes, yeah. But if they care, good. If they don't care, just do it at the back or somewhere. Like, can always come back to reference it, so you don't forget anything. Yeah. So I think we're done with the flow. I think the next thing you can do is next thing you do is you talk with your stakeholder. Everybody agrees. Very important. Agreements is agreement. Everybody agrees. Although sometimes the developers might agree, then find out that a particular feature you added is not technically possible or will take so much resources. Then you guys come back to the chat, the flow, and then change one or two things. It happens like a lot. Yeah. So that happens. You can always come back to change things. What else do you do? What else is possible? Yeah. Even yourself, when you're designing, you might realize that you skip something, or you didn't consider something, or just anything could have happened. Yeah, you can always, or maybe what design you find a better way to handle something. So you could find a way to merge direct checkout and cart, for example, in this case. It could be different to whatever product you're doing. Yeah, it could come here change one or two things. So yeah, so I think we have done this already. Yeah, how many more minutes do you have? Okay, what can we do in 10 minutes? I want us to be out of here in 10 minutes. No, in less than, yeah, in 10 minutes. Yeah, I want us to wrap this off. Okay, so any questions so far before I now proceed? Any question? No question. All right. Okay. So what can we do next? What can we do next? I'm thinking starting design might take time. But I think I can just start. Okay, no. Let's not okay, let's start. So now let's create a mood board. Oh no, not for me. Yeah. So what's a mood board? You guys know Pinterest, right? Yeah, so Pinterest is like a it's a mood board platform, basically. Why is this happening? I'm not sure why Figma is doing this. Yeah. So it's a Pinterest. Let me just open it. So Pinterest is a is a mood board platform where everybody just dumps their ideas there, like a dumping ground for ideas. So if you're looking for Ankara ideas, like clothing ideas, you can go to Pinterest. You're looking for color ideas, looking for the color you want to do for you want to color combination ideas. You can go there. Shoes idea, dressing ideas, mobile app ideas, landing page ideas, interior design, whatever it is. You can even go there for meme, skit ideas. There are so many things you could find on Pinterest. Yeah, so I could come to Pinterest. There are lots here. So a mood board, yeah, a mood board is the definition of a mood board is ideas. Basically, most of the times, yeah, the products you are designing for has been done already, just in a different, sometimes in a different light, yeah, or in a different way. So there's no way there are probably like 5,000 e-commerce platforms on this planet. Yeah, uh, a social media platform. There are hundreds of social media platforms. In case you are told, okay, we need to create a social media mobile app, a social media application, whatever it is, yeah, there's a high chance you're not the first person coming up with that idea. You're not the first person designing that concept. Someone has done this before. So how do you push? Oh, how did that happen? So how do you find ideas that people have done? So that's basically your mood board. So you come up with concepts, yeah, based on what people have done. Or should I do that? Yeah, should I do that first? Yeah, let's do that first. Yeah, so you could come here and I could search for what could I search for? Commerce UI design. I think a better way to do saying e-commerce UI design, yeah. You could take the UI section by section. So let's bring this out. Let me open it up. Sorry. But this Figma, if you don't know, can label. I call this main. It doesn't matter. I could call this assets. I could call this mood board. Okay, but let's leave it. So if I start with that, to take a look at them, so most times you're a UI designer of this project might not be the graphic designer. Yeah, so you're probably going to have brand colors you're going to work with. Fonts, brand color fonts, basically. Those are two major things. Yeah. Sometimes in some situations, what do you call it? Patterns. So you notice Piggyvest, for example, have a particular pattern they work with. So that one, Piggyvest like has the most prominent that I can think of. There are lots, yeah. Some companies have patterns. Okay, go on. So I could take it one by one. I could look for mood board for homepage. Okay, let's take it on my own. Let me just say, well, let me say authentication. Okay, let's start from the beginning. Onboarding. Oh, I come here and say onboarding onboarding mobile app. Or since we have some already. So I could look at this and say, okay, let me make it bigger. Out of all these options, which one do I look is more interesting? Um, this looks. I could just come here and like, okay, I could come here and say, oh, I like this idea. This looks cool. So I could replace all this with Teams. I could replace all this with Jesse. So I could just come here and just copy image. Okay, can I click on an image and just copy it? Come to Figma and just paste it here. I could look again. What's looking? So once you click on one, you start seeing similar items. Yeah. So I come here and like, okay, this looks nice. I'm just using for example. We'll come here, paste it. 5 minutes. Don't be rough with it. Yeah. Let's go. I can go back to what I searched for. So I just the days looking tempting. Just so you can also do this in case you want your stakeholders. You want to give your stakeholders option and say, okay, this idea I'm going with. Does he like any of these ideas? You could just say, and you could like, oh, I prefer this to this. Then you know that okay, you're going with this. So I could call this onboarding. What's the next thing? Login page. Yeah. You come here and say log in mobile UI design. 4 more. You have 2 more minutes. So you could come here and wonder what login can we go for? You want something cool, right? Let's add modern to the front. You could come and see. So there are different options here. You could come here and be like, all right. So what does this do? I'm basically just walking you through all the decisions that comes in. Oh, this was looking fine now outside. Let me just pick one so I don't take too much time. Let me see. Sports. Not thought about it. You could say sports. Okay, I did that before. Sport login mobile UI design. Let's see what it gives us. I hope you guys are with me. Okay. Okay. So there's so many options we have here. So let's just pick one. Now, why are you looking interesting? Not interesting. Looking interesting, not interesting. Or instead of login sports, we could use fitness. Or most times you could actually just screenshot an app that you have on your phone and just drag everything inside feedback. I think because the description is long, that's why the results are like this. So let me Let me remove mobile design MC to be okay. Let me pick one. Yeah, pick one. Sorry. We could go dark mode. So we could just come here. I'm like, alright, this looks good. We could go dark mode. Not bad. Let's just copy it anyways. If you see better options, you can always delete and replace. So just like that, just come. You could check what do you call it? Dribble. Almost like Pinterest. We're just more focused on designs. So I could come here and just say log in mobile. There are a lot of options, more beans, maybe like yeah. Let's just go with one. The first whichever one we see next. The first one we see, we'll go with it. Nope, not the first one we see. Uh, so this is where overthinking can be an issue. So don't be an overthinker. So you could do something like this. Yeah, so let's just save this here. Yeah, and we can always come back to change it, whatever. Yeah, so you do that. Let me just add one more, which is home screen. Yeah. So let's just come back here and let's just call this e-commerce mobile. Yeah. Okay, this looks cool. This is something like this. This is something we can work with. Yeah. Yeah. We can pick this. Just copy image and you paste it. So you can get as many as you want. No pressure. This to if you do this, your developers will community load. Yeah, your developers will be as well. And then that's some okay. Another thing you will know is that there's some beautiful designs on what do you call it that you find that are not really reasonable. So people design out of the fun. I mean, so people design as art. Yeah. So doing something like this, as fine as it is, you'll not see an app that does this. Yeah. Okay, this is possible. This is nice. I actually like this. I like this. If you could have a preview on the app, let's just save it there. So basically, you could just do something like this, just to help you gather your thoughts. And yeah, when I'm trying to get this live stream for what? Well, don't worry. I think it makes sense actually. Although does it? What are you live streaming exactly? Right, very fashion. No time. Yeah. So you could just do that. Keep going. Keep scrolling. Keep feeding yourself with ideas and till you're satisfied. I think I like these guys. I like this stuff. Yes, there's no that's the only one he did. Come on now, bro. I like how he did this excess, like the sizing. Let's just copy it. So basically this everything we do. Yeah, so let me stop here. So next class we'll go into the mobile app design stuff. So I hope this was impactful. I hope this was helpful. I hope we learned one or two things. Yeah. So design is not just the design itself. Mhm. There's the process behind it. So I just showed the process. Yeah. So next class, if possible, sir, next class or two, or in less than two classes, we could get this done. So thanks everyone for joining. So we'll see next class, same time next week. So you guys come and come with questions. Maybe try out these things on your own. And yeah, we'll see what we do from there. So all right, guys. See you guys next class. So bye.